Mm, Before proceeding, would you guys just uh, provide some recap, like what we discussed yesterday, and highlight? Just highlight like few things. Anyone?
Yesterday you talked about in-page editing, something that components, widgets.
Okay. Page editing.
Messages. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah, editing, page editing, design,
Yeah.
and what is the difference between edit and design, and
Yeah. Okay.
And we saw
Basic
the
con.
items
Yeah. Yeah.
that we
Please.
use for the image component, and you showed us the JSP that triggers when like that uh, that's been used in the image component, and you showed us the path to the out of the box component, and
Yeah.
uh, that's it.
Hold. One second. I'll just try to share my desktop. Mocha, can you please make me presenter? Mallikarjun,
Yes.
you can please make me presenter?
Yes. 1 second.
Yeah. Can you guys see my screen?
yeah.
Hold. Yeah. We just covered few things like core features yesterday. Let me know if you'd like to increase the font size.
I think that is fine.
Okay. Good. Seen some core features. Uh, just started with administration console. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Fine. Fine. And, see what can we do in the sidekick. There's design mode, edit mode, preview, and the administration console. You see like about the WCM creating the pages using different templates. There will be some collapsible grid on the left side to navigate the pages, those stuff. Okay. Then discussed about the content finder. Uh, can anyone know? Help me to. I mean, can you just, if you remember, can you just give more details about the content finder? What is it? once you open the web page, there will be some left hand
Yeah,
side
just give
navigation, right?
left hand side. Yeah.
To find the assets.
Yeah, dam, right? It is.
Yeah, any assets and also the content pages. Okay. Then we have seen drag and drop components, assets, etc. Just, I mean, I remember we have seen about some paragraph components and image. Okay. And we have even seen the other features the CQ5 provides, like such as root type. Where exactly we have seen this feature, such as the type?
When you're searching under dam content finder.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I have even in the content finder we can do that search, but I don't think it's a search as you type. I mean, until you click on the search, it won't gives you the result. But where we exactly see like search as we type, it's GRXD Lite. Okay.
Oh, okay.
These things. Context menu is about right clicking on on-screen elements, and it will brings up the context menu with appropriate action options. It's just similar to desktop OS interface, copy paste. Okay, those stuff. We just covered like installation steps. What the author and publisher. Okay. Just given some brief information on minimum requirements, that is prerequisites for CQ5 installation. Okay. Do you guys remember what are those? I mean, what are the minimum requirements? It's 8 GB RAM. Okay. And you should have installed Java 1.6. Later we covered a few JCR related terminology words like item, node, property, widget, dialog. Anything that we covered? It's the component. Okay. I will continue with those useful terminology words. Like the other one that I would like to give you the details about the template. A template is a base of a specific page type. A template is a hierarchy of nodes which will define you the structure of the page, but it won't be having any actual content. Okay, a template is a hierarchy of nodes that has the same structure as the page to be created, but there won't be any actual content in it. Okay, and there is one more thing called a page component. Uh, it's this is a component to used to render the page. I mean, the templates and page components are interrelated. The to render a page, we also require the page component. Okay, and there is something called page. To the page, it's a page is an instance of a template. Okay, and we also have something called page manager. It's an interface that provides methods for page level operations. Like if you'd like to do some, uh, if, I mean, if you want to pass some resource, I mean, you can pass the path, and you can get the page object. From the page object, you can do different operations like getting the properties, those stuff. Okay, so page manager is an interface that provides methods for page level operations. And some other things like environments. Because someone asked about yesterday, like, is it possible to install the CQ5 on Mac? Yep. I mean, if it is in Windows, it will be somewhere in the, under C drive, CQ5, and then author will be there. You will have author, and in the publisher folder, you will have the publisher. But in the Mac, it will be something like slash opt slash CQ5 slash author. Okay, and it's, I mean, in terms of probability, like it's very low chances of having a Mac operating system in the production environments. Okay, so normally we'll go with Unix or Linux environments. Okay, but for the desktop developments, yes, we can use the Mac as well. It's compatible. And in terms of in number of instances, I mean, in local environment, normally in development environment, we might have only one author and one publisher instances. But whereas in production environment, we will have number of author instances and number of production instances. Okay. And one more thing I would like to know you guys is about File Vault. Okay, it provides you your JCR repository to be with a file system. For example, normally our code base will be maintained in different version controllers. Okay, um, if we need to commit our code base that we edited in the CRXD or CRXD lights, we'll use these file vaults. Okay, it can be used to manage web development projects with full support for storing and versioning the project code, content, configurations, and so on. Some standard version controllers like Subversion. In my experience, actually, we have used JIT. Okay, so this file vault helps you to uh, push or to commit your code to a version controller repository. The other term like workflows we already covered. So its content is often subject to certain organizational processes, including steps such as approval or sign off by various participants. These processes can be represented as workflows. Okay. And one thing is multi-site management. It reduces some time to take the managed websites and it increases the reuses. It increases the reuse. So if you are having some common pages across the sites and if you have edited some content in it, using multi-site management, you can publish that page to a number of sites. Okay. Okay. This is about some useful terminologies. I mean, if we have in, I mean, definitely we'll be having some other useful terminologies we'll be covering in other slides, other sessions. We have shown some JSP pages inside the components yesterday. So each component that you develop will have a JSP page. Okay. I mean, if you'd like to render any content on the page, you should have a JSP page. In the JSP page, you need to include the global.jsp page. Similar to any JSP page, we'll have some implicit objects available in global in our JSP pages here. Okay. It's easy to provide quick access to specific objects. Uh, do you guys, any of you guys, know implicit objects in JSP? Can you guys hear me? So in anything like request, and if it is a normal JSP, we have so many things like request, session, out, config, some context. Okay. In global.jsp, we have something like sling request. We'll see what it is exactly, but I'm just listing down now. Sling response. So resources are what current node. Simple things like sling properties. Space properties. How page manager, current design, current style. You can even access the component directly using the component. Okay, these are some of the objects that are readily available if you include the global.jsp in each of your component. And it is recommended way. I mean, you need to include these global.jsp in every component that renders the JSP script. Okay. String request is simple wrapped request object. You can do normal operations like request at, get attribute, set attribute, those stuff using the Sling request. Sling response is these are actually a Sling HTTP servlet request objects. This is a wrapper response object. Sling HTTP servlet response. This is Sling resource resolver object. I mean, if you know some path or if you get some path from another request, and if you'd like to resolve them into different resources, if you'd like to access the properties of that specific path node, you need to resolve them into a resource. For resolving them, we'll use this Sling resource resolver. And coming to current node, it exactly returns you the JCR node of the specific request. Okay. For example, my page is under content geometrics de home. If I'm having a component inside that home page, and inside component, if you're having some JSP, when I call the current node, it will return you the node of that specific component in content page. Okay. Log, it's normally if you want to log some information, you can use this. This is a default logger. Log.info likewise. This is a Sling script helper. Normally, I mean, won't use much, but you should be aware of it. Page properties, the properties of the addressed resource. Okay, we also have normal properties as well. The page properties is you'll be passing the path. Those specific path related properties could be addressed. Properties is the information that you provide through the dialog. Dialog properties are node properties. I mean, the current node properties can be easily directly get using properties object. Properties will give you only the properties related to that specific page. I mean, where exactly we'll use it, but the page properties is something like you can give the path and you can get the other page properties as well. Normally, if you need to get a properties of specific resource, we'll be getting a map object. It will have key value pairs. Key is a name and value is the value of that specific property. This name is a key and value is its value. Okay, and the properties. If you want to get the properties of the specific node, I mean, you can get a single property, or if you'd like to get all the properties, you can get them as a map object. Okay. And page manager is a page manager for accessing CQ content pages. So the current design of the address resource. You'll understand better when we exactly use this. This current style is style of the address resource. Component. The component object of I mean whatever the component that you used in your content. For example, this toolbar page. Okay, in this process I've used a chart image. Okay, in JSP you can directly access this chart image. I mean the chart component. Sorry. Okay. I mean to access the content of the page, we have three methods to access the content. One is via the properties object introduced in the global.jsp page. Uh, Via the properties access through global.jsp page, you can directly get the content of the nodes. Okay, for example, you can access something like string page title equals to properties dot get off. You can just pass the property name. In case if it is having some null, or if you'd like to give some default value, you can give it here. Something like this. Okay, so this is the one way. You can also access via the current page. Current page dot get property method. You just need to pass the property name. Okay, and there is one more object called current node. You can even access using the current node. Okay, and we'll just give it a try. We'll just use one of these and see how it works. Short foundation components short. Let me see if there are any components in geometrics. Okay, there is something like asset editor, training page, flash hub page. We already have title.jsp. Yeah, you can see it here. Properties don't get off listings. You can pass the class of, the expected class of the value, or you can even pass the directly initialized value here. Okay, it's properties dot get off. A property name exactly is passed as a key. Like this, you can get other properties as well. Type href. Here, see if you can see it has been initialized to empty string. Okay, let's just drag and drop this title page once. Subject components. We're already printing the title here. We'll just print the same title using different methods again. Let's see like whether other methods works or not. I'm just commenting this. Okay, and I'm trying to use the other methods. String title equals to current node dot get property of, and just for testing purpose, I'm going to change the title. Now it is printing as banking services. I'm going to change for our testing purpose. Let's see how far it works. There are some errors sometimes. The sidekick will shrink, so you just need to expand to see the errors. C cannot convert from property to string. Can anyone understood that error? Okay, you can just use the dot get string. It is returning you the property method javax.jcr.property.
Hello, Sagar.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, your voice is getting high and low in between. I don't know whether it is problem with me or everyone.
how about others?
That is fine for me actually. I don't have any problem.
Okay.
Even I don't have any problem, Sagar.
Okay, sure. It might be problem with me. Okay.
Normally, in actual development wise, you should not code directly. Like you always need to have null conditions. Just for demonstration purpose, I'm just showing you this. Like, if you normally do the coding using CRXD, um, I mean, you will get an intelligent support. Like you can just give the control space, and you can get the access to methods of the specific class. So that's one more advantage of using the CRXD instead of CRXD Lite. Yeah, it just returns you the map object. I mean, you need to iterate those map and then you need to get the exact property. Instead, we can directly use the page title. You can see title uh, we have changed in the backend. It's getting changed here. Okay. This is something like get properties. Okay. Or you can directly use uh, I mean, if you need to get other properties, you need to get the whole map and just need to pass. You need to pass the key and you need to get the respective value. Or if it is just the page title, you can directly access using current page dot get page title. This will return you the value map. Okay. Sorry, yes. Okay. This is three ways of accessing the properties. And next, just do some administrative steps like how to start and stop the CQ using the commands. I mean, if it is your local environment, uh, you're normally doing it using the mouse and the mouse controls. Or if it is some Unix or Linux environments, you are supposed to start and stop them using the commands. You have a bin folder inside CX quick start. You can see the start and stop. Using this, you can stop CQ. I'm just trying to start the publisher. In Windows, it will be a batch file. It starts you the publisher, and if it is Unix, you just give normal start and stop. You don't need to give .bat. Okay. And if you'd like to stop this, you can give the Control C. It will stop for you. And I just want to show you one more text image component. Let's navigate to some article page. Here it's Okay. This is a rich text editor. I mean, it's, there is this difference between plain text and normal text. In the rich text, you can apply so many styles. You can see it here: bold, italic, underline. You can align them. You can provide hyperlinks. You can do the bullet list. Okay. So whatever the content you provide in the text and the image will be wrapped together. That is called the text image component. We'll be hearing so many terms about this component. Normally, we have customized these and we have done few changes according to our business requirements as well. This is just the CQ provided text and image component. You can see given the best practices as an hyperlink, it will which will be redirected to google.com. Okay, I just clicked on it. And for this you can even apply some styles. Image alignment, you can make it right and left, and you can give the image size properties as well. So 300 by 200. Okay, you do all these changes. If you like to customize it, if you want to add some additional fields or additional tabs, you can do that in dialog. Or if you'd like to change the rendering, I mean the way of rendering, you can edit the JSP page of text image. Okay, any questions till now?
No.
Okay, and let me show you one another interface, Content Explorer. You can access this using crx/explorer/index.jsp. These were, I mean, normal administration activities related to nodes, users, and packages. We have direct links from here as well. I mean, so, other than the site admin, the welcome page, you can even use this. The main other uses of the CRX Explorer is it gives you the advanced JSR features like versioning and security. I mean, you can even administrate those features from here. Let's do create some groups and users. Normally the groups will be created for each site. I mean, as our CQ5 will, I mean, the CQ5 server in our any companies will hold multiple websites. So for each website, we'll be considering them as one group of users. Either you can use this CRX Explorer, or you can even directly do create the users or groups through the user interface. Just a minute, I'm having some problem with my mouse. We also have one more interface for the security administration. You can even create the groups and users from here as well. When we set the user, I mean, sorry, when we set a user, user is could be a human user or an external system connected to the system. I mean, if you provide some user ID and password using the credentials, they can also log in using the CQ5 API. So normally the user account holds the details needed for accessing the CQ. A key purpose of an account is to provide the information for the authentication and login processes. That means we'll be applying some permissions like which access can be the first level is whether the user is allowed to access the website or not. I mean, it's related to login. And after the login, you can even apply some privileges or permissions to only specific pages. Even specific pages, again, we can apply different access like only read access, and I mean, even we can provide some write access to edit the content. Okay, this is about users. Coming to the groups, groups are a collection of users, and sometimes groups can also be groups of, I mean, the company group of other groups. Okay, I mean, each entity in a group is called as a member. Mm, let me see if we have any groups in this already created. Then okay, I just select on user, and I can go to the group of this guy. Okay, this is not added to any group. Okay, a selector on user called Lou Smith is a member of DSC, Tech Summit, and ShapeOn, three groups. So I'm just searching for a group now. Okay, I've opened a group. Group will have groups and members. Members will list you the users related to this specific group. The primary purpose of this group is to simplify the maintenance process by reducing the number of entities to be populated, as a change made to group is applied to all members of group. For example, uh, if I need to give some access to newly created page to all the members of the group, So I don't need to give I don't need to select each user, and then I don't need to give access for each user. I can apply at the group level, so it will be given to all the members of that specific group. As a change made to group is applied to all the members of a group. As I said, both users and members can be configured using the security console, the one we are using, the one you are seeing now. You can manage all the users groups and associated permissions using this. And you can even control the columns here. You can see it here. I mean, you can select the columns to be displayed here. Administrators will have an access to control the columns. We'll just create one simple group and provide some access rights and restrictions for that group. We'll just do some simple exercise on it. Go to edit, create, then create group. I'm just creating like geometrics authors. Okay, and let me name this something like geometrics English authors. Okay, just created on group now. See it currently doesn't have any members. If you go to the permissions tab, it will list down all the content structure as we see it in the CRX. Okay, we can select the read at the root node, which will provide access to all the nodes, read access to all the nodes. It's a good idea to provide general read access to the entire repository, and project specific restrictions can be easily added at a later time point. Okay, you can see once I have selected the read access to all the nodes through the root node, you can see the red mark here. It indicates that it's not saved. Okay, I'm just saving changes to the permissions. and I'm just trying to manage the access rights for different websites. If you navigate to the content, you can see Geometrix is a one website, Geometrix Outdoors is one website, and Geometrix Outdoors Mobile. There are around 3 to 4 websites here. And as I've created these groups as Geometrix English authors, I just want to give them the modify access to the EN related nodes. Okay, so I just navigated to the EN and I clicked on modify. Okay, and I'm also creating a create access as well to these guys. I'm just clicking on the save. So now you can see the EN node has moved a bit left. It has been separated from the other read access nodes. And if I'd like to give the read access to the Dutch, if I'd like to remove the read access to Dutch website, I can just simply unclick it. That means these authors has access to all other websites except the Dutch. Okay. There is something called design. It will be stored under etc. You always need to make sure there is a read access to these designs, otherwise the page content cannot be correctly rendered. Okay, you can see the designs here, right? It is the designs. You always need to make sure it has the read access. Now let's go back and see whether these users are having an access to the Dutch website or not. I mean, of course, we can do that only after creating the users. We can't log in using the key. I mean, we can even manage the replication privileges. If you go to the content Geometrix EN, there is something called replicate. I mean, I guess you guys remember what's going to be replication. It's nothing but activation. And within this EN, if I don't want these specific authors to activate the service pages, I can uncheck them. So these users can't activate these pages, but they can activate other pages inside the Geometrix EN. So we can even manage the access rights to console. Like we can provide access only to the site admin and DAM admin, but we can minimize their access to other consoles like tagging, inbox, campaign, those stuff. Yeah, for now, I'm not. I'm just going to create a user. I'm not changing any uh, access permissions for the consoles. Okay. Just for your information, you can even control the access to consoles as well. I'm just creating a user for this specific group. Normally we'll create the user and then we'll drag and drop the specific user to that group. For example, something like Pascal. I'm just giving the password like the passwords. I'm just maintaining the simple passwords in order to remember it. You can see the user created here, and then click on the groups tab. And you will notice there are no access to any of these contents here. Once you click on the permissions, this user doesn't have access to any of these. So the default permissions policy in CQ5 is deny all. And if you'd like to ask this specific user Pascal to a group, go to the group, click on members, search for user, drag and drop this user here. Okay. Now, don't forget to save. Just go back to the Pascal and permissions. You can see the access privileges applied to him. Does that make sense? Any questions? Any questions?
Sagar,
Yep.
here you created a user, right? User with a password. So this also will be stored in the content with the node and property password in the same pattern.
Good question. Yes, I'll show you that as well. The users in CQ are stored under home. Home, users. If you remember the user ID we have created as Pascal, you can see it here. It will be stored in the same CRX, but in the different directory, home users.
Okay, password also will be here only. Password, whatever you typed.
There will be some default encryption. You can't see the exact password.
Okay, it is encrypted. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the default encryption, like you know what is that encryption?
I guess it is Shravan. You can find it here.
Okay.
They have used the Shravan algorithm.
Okay.
And yeah, we can even switch to somebody else identities. Like you can go to the website administrator, give the administrator, impersonate as, click on your, under the impersonator as, you just give some Pascal now. It will return you the first name. You can select yes, and if you remember, we have given access to this guy only for Ian. Let me show it to you guys again. See, I'm impersonated as a Pascal, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
Here it is an M. So this guy won't be having any administrator access, hence it won't display any columns here. I mean, whether about the access privileges. When I revert to self, I can see the permissions given to all the users. So only administrator will have the control of it. Okay, just to show you guys who are given access, read access to all the websites. Uh, Within the geometrics, we have limited the access to Dutch website, but we have given access to English. Okay. See, within English, we have provided access to activate the other pages, but not the services. So even if you activate this, it will show you no rights to replicate. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find the Dutchman. I don't know exactly which one is Dutch website in it. This is Japanese, Italio, Espanol, France. Germany is. Yeah, yeah, I don't think we have Dutch here. English, France, Espanol. Yeah, is Germany's language is Dutch?
No, that is different, right?
Okay. I don't see. I didn't see Dutch here.
I think Netherlands language is Dutch. I think so.
Fine, man. We can delete the same user and group. And we can delete them individually as well. And it's always best practice to apply the permissions on groups. I mean, than the users. Okay. Yep. Just to recap, we covered some useful terminologies related to the CQ5, and then some basic commands to start and stop, and we were just seen like that about the text image components, and we have created different groups, and I mean a single group and a user, and we have even seen like giving access privileges to those users. With this, I'm just about to close up my class if you don't have any questions.
Sagar,
Yep.
I have a question.
Yes.
Like we are installing our own author and the public instances, right? Everyone is doing the individually. Like
Yes.
if we want to club our work, how we are gonna do that?
Clubbing the work. Okay, good question. Normally, if it is related to Java code, we will maintain the version controllers. Everyone will commit their code into the version controllers, and we'll have some scripts to create the jar files for the Java classes and a jar file for the UI package as well. Let's
Okay.
assume you guys, for now, you guys don't have any Maven projects, and if you just created the components in CRX, and if you'd like to club them, you can use the package manager. You can integrate them. See, for example, there are some 4 developers, and they have developed some 4 components. Okay.
Okay.
Each of them will create a package of their component, and they will send to a 5th person. Let's assume he has some administrator or some lead. Okay.
Okay.
He will install all the packages using the CRX package manager in his CQ5.
Okay.
Okay. You just need to upload the packages given by 4 developers, and you just need to install them. So it will be available under one CRX.
Okay.
So the answer is we can do that using package manager.
Okay.
I mean, did you attend yesterday's session about the package manager?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sagar.
I mean, yes. I mean, just thought of like giving you more details if you haven't. That's fine. It's a similar thing, like upload. I mean, you can select the filters. You can create a package. You can select the filters, and you can build that package,
Okay.
and you can download it, and you can send him through an email or something. It's just a sample zip file, simple zip file.
Okay.
Similarly, if the 4 developers send the 4 zip files, he will upload 4 zip files, and then he will install them into his CRX. Thereby, all 4 components will be placed under one specific folder. So it is merged.
Okay.
Yeah. Valid question. Good question. What's your good name? This is
Bhavya or Sagar?
Bhavya. Yeah. Any other questions?
I have one question, Sagar.
Yes, you raw.
So what is here? What is the repository? Like not what is that version control? We are not using version control here because you said 4 developers are working. You are passing 4 developers work to another person. Another person is making merging those things, right?
Yeah. For now, we are not doing any. I mean, we are not using any version controllers. We are just dealing with the CRX. Version controller is somewhere like you'll be maintaining all your code in a different Unix box or different servers. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, as of now, we are just dealing with only the local instances. Are you aware of, I mean, have you used any version controllers like SVN?
Yeah, I'm using right now. Yeah, we are using clear case. Then I have used
Yeah.
SVN earlier. So yeah.
Yep. The same thing. Like, definitely we need the version controllers when we are working as a team to maintain our code in different Unix boxes. Okay. Or we can't maintain in. I mean, we can't just maintain in the CRX, right? If we need
Okay.
to move out, if we need to move our code across the environments, like, and if there are people working in remote environments, it's better to have the version controllers. You can have different releases, those stuff.
Yeah, correct. If there are different releases, yeah, we'll use version control, right? So basically, here, yeah, that's why I'm trying to understand this concept with version control.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the answer is we are not currently using it here in, I mean, in the training sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you want to, I mean, irrespective to the version controllers, if you want to merge your components, you can even do that using CRX package manager.
Okay. Yeah, but ideally, okay, I understand what you're saying. So ideally, in real-time scenario, so if developers will be using version control only, right?
Correct. I mean,
That is the
they will use
alternate
both.
way of
No,
what's
they
that?
will use both. CRX packager will also be there. See, it's my decision when to commit my code. Correct. It could
Okay.
be after the individual resource developed their component, or it could also be after merging all the 5 components. I can also commit at the end as well, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. See, if I don't want to take the latest code from the version controllers, okay, I would
Uh-huh.
like to stick to my old code itself because as I have not committed my code, I don't want to get the latest code. Let's assume I'm working on 2.5 and
Okay.
there is a latest branch, latest version for 2.8 or 2.6.
Mm-hmm.
As I have some pending changes to be committed, I don't want to upgrade at this time. I mean, every time you don't need to rely on the version controller. You can even ask the other developers to package him his component. You can email him and you can install it in yours and you can carry on your work.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, there could be some scenarios where you don't want to take the code from the version controllers at that specific time. So in this case, yes, you can share the packages using package manager.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
To give you some real-time example, like uh, let's assume somebody has developed some uh, registration component, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean I have a login component, okay. There is a dependency on registration component, right? Without registration, the member can't be registered in your CRX and he can't log in, correct?
Okay.
So in this case, if you are parallelly developing, the other developer have not committed his code base, okay, but
Okay.
he has completed some 90% of his work,
Okay.
okay. Might be it's just pending from testing. In order
Okay.
to parallelly develop the login component as well, I can just get a CRX package from him and I can install it in mine and I can continue my work on the login component.
Okay. Yeah. Now I got some picture.
Does
Okay.
it make sense? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay.
No, I have one more
That's
question, but maybe it's I don't know how to put this question. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we are using so this is CRX. Sorry, CQ5 is there, right? So can we plug this CQ5 to any database outside or any other external systems?
Yeah, you could do that. we'll see that if the time permits, I will show you that as well as a separate access. We can configure the connection pool in OSGI.
Okay.
We can establish a connection to the other database as well. We can do that.
Okay. We can also make use of the database, right? Obviously.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Fine.
Yep. I'm just passing the questions. I mean, I need to go to office.
Okay, fine. Yeah,
We can
I'm
see
good.
tomorrow. Huh?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thanks for your time, guys. See you
Yeah,
tomorrow.
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sagar. Thanks, everyone. Yep. Bye.
Hello, Sagar.
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Mocha. Can you please share the documents of the today's class in the mail?
Okay, the one we edited in the paint.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I will send an email.
Okay, okay, sure.
If, might not be now. Maybe in the evening or
Okay, sure. No
sometime
problem.
tomorrow morning. Huh?
When you find a free time, sure.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.